YouTube? For those of you who don't know, my name is Justin. On Instagram, I go by Barrio's Blends. You can find me there. Let's get started with this tutorial. Right now, you see me combing out the hair because he's got waves, so you got to comb that hair to get it off the scalp. That way, when you run through it with the clipper, it gets all even. What you see me doing here, I'm combing out the hairline because he's got a very difficult hairline, lots of callus and a lot of different hair growth patterns. Now you see me running a 1.5 guard close all the way around with my wall cordless senior, just to make sure that we have a nice set foundation for this fade. Now, as the title says, you know, I got a broken hand. I broke it playing basketball, but I made this video just to let y'all know that, you know, even with a broken hand, like regardless of the circumstances, you can still cut hair. You can still do anything you put your mind to. So as you see here, I'm going through the hairline area very cautiously, and then as well as the crown area. He's got a lot of different inconsistencies with his hair, and on his right side, he's got a really bad tan line, because you know when he works outside, he wears a hat, and you know the hot Florida sun is not too forgiving. So you can see right there is a real dark line right there. And then right now I'm going with my clipper all the way closed just to set in the ball line, but not too harsh of a line. And then we'll go under that with the trimmer. We're not going to use the shaver because he's got very sensitive skin, and he tends to bump up with the shaver, so we're not going to use the shaver. Using the Fabulous Gold FX trimmers with the Tune 45 power clip. Shout out to Chris Basio. I'll tell y'all what, this was very difficult doing, you know, just regular things I can get done within a couple minutes. It took me like maybe like 5 to 7 minutes just balding him out, because I was in a splint at the time. I'm in a cast now, but if you look under my ring and pinky fingers, is a big bulky area. So now we're going with the grain. We went with the 1.5. Now we're doing the one guard open and then close. And I like to do that because it lays the hair down and it prepares it for that fade. It's almost like fading down, but with the grain. So now we're doing the clipper open, and then we're gonna blend that panel out. You know, clipper halfway open, and then 1 notch open, and then all the way closed. For those of you who don't know, I'm located in Daytona Beach. I go to Bethune-Cookman University. I'm actually cutting here on campus. And you know, it's a pleasure cutting these college kids. You know, being a college kid myself, you know, it's a good way for me to make money, and it allows me to do what I love to do. And you know, I got good relationships with all these people. Right now we're going with the 1 guard open. Now we're closing it up. I'm gonna blend that panel out. And then after that, we'll use the half guard. We'll use that midway open, and then close it as needed. Now we're going with the 1.5 because that's what we use on top. We're gonna go with it all the way open, and then we're gonna close it until we blend that panel out. And then I'm gonna go back with the 1 guard open just to spread that blend out just a little more. Here we go with the 1 guard. Now Now we're doing the other side, same thing, 1.5 with the grain. We're gonna go to that 1 guard after. Now we got the clipper all the way open. And I tried something a little different here. It didn't work out too well because that big bulky part on my splint. But I tried to blend down after blending this panel out. But once I got to that corner where his crown is, my hand couldn't reach down there, so I just decided to fade that out last. But we still got the fade done. And if you look closely, right where that with the clipper open panel is, you can see that tan line. It's very prominent, and you'll see it once this fade is complete. It almost looks like a big line. And I tried fading it out, but I realized let me not try and cut too much hair and then end up having it grow back worse, to put it in a sense. So now we got the 1.5, now the 1. And so that area right behind the ear, as it connects to the back, we're gonna fade that out after we fade everything else out. Sheesh, that tan line. Dang. There we go with the 1.5, blending out that back area. Got the 1 guard going with the grain just to lay those hairs down, have a smoother blend. And so now we're gonna knock out this back. Same steps all the way around. Blade open, blend it out midway, one notch, and then all the way closed. And we gotta use a trimmer, we can use the trimmer. And I personally like the method I use with the clipper closed first, and then knocking out the bulk with the trimmer, because it allows me to have a nice clean fade without such a harsh line. Saw a little bit of a line, so we're going back with that blade open just to knock it out, and then we're gonna finish up this fade with the 1.5. Now we're just detailing. See a little bit of bulk at the top. And so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna spray the hairline so I can prepare for this hairline. And man, this hairline was hard, especially with that splint. Man, that big bulky part you see kept, I wouldn't say hitting it, but it was just, it just kept landing on his face. And, it was uncomfortable for me, it was uncomfortable for him, but, we both laughed it off. But I'll tell you what, this side of the lineup was definitely the most hard. It was definitely the hardest. Excuse my improper grammar. It's definitely the hardest. You'll see me struggling here once I get to that vertical bar. Like, look. I'm right-handed, so doing things with my left hand is extremely difficult. And I was trying to be generous, not trying to push him back or hit too hard, but I realized, I'm just gonna have to make do with what I got. I'm using the trimmer and the comb to get those loose hairs that I want to stay over. And then I'm gonna shave the beard area. He doesn't want the beard, but he wants the mustache. And he's got a lot of bumps under there, so I decided not to use the shaver. Now we're doing with the Tune 45 no drip. Some of the best enhancements in the game. We're really bring this haircut together. We don't need it. We don't need it, but we're gonna use it anyway. Going back with the trimmer, saw some loose hairs again. Now this part was hard, man. That razor, I was positioning my hand. It was so. Oh man, it was such a difficult task, but you know, you just gotta make do with what you got, you know. I'm actually lucky to be in a cast now. It's a lot less bulky. It's still hard, but you know, it's still hard, but you know, so is this haircut. Now I'm trying to blend out that tan line. I have to just go ahead and let them know, like, dude, you got a bad tan line. So now what I'm doing here, I'm doing a little scissor over comb to detail. Any dark spots I see in the fade, I can just use that, and it gives me a lot of control instead of using a guard. You know, you gotta dust them off, clean them up. And hit them with that cherry alcohol. My clients love it. So you guys, here's the before. Man. And here's the after. Man, if you guys like the cut, you guys want to see more content, please subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at burials.blends with a Z. Y'all stay fresh out there.